Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is HowFast. My name's Justin. This is Dodgey, our NASCAR turned drag car. Judy, our 3500 GMC. And the newest member to our group, Louise, our 2005 Dodge Magnum, who we're going to be working on today. So as you guys know, a couple weeks ago, we got Louise, our 2005 Dodge Magnum. She's the 2.7 base of all base models. Not a beautiful, perfect example, but a good, clean vehicle for what I needed to do. So when we got the car, there was a bit of like a rattle coming, which we found to be a dust shield on the front here. There's an ABS light, so we're assuming it's probably a sensor or maybe one of the components around the ABS system. So we checked the sensor up front here 2 weeks ago. That didn't seem to be the case, but I did notice that a lot of these cars have a problem with the rear left, and that would be the driver's side rear. And down here, there's an interesting component of the ABS system called a tone ring, which I guess is just kind of like from what I can see in diagrams, it's like a cog that's on the end of the axle, which the ABS sensor picks up. So ideally, what we'd like to do is take that off, clean it, because these things, they don't have to fail. They have to just be dirty, and they won't read right. So it could be rust, it could be dirt, it could be really anything that could be causing that to read wrong. So we want to check that out before we go and buy something. But we do know that the front, upper, and lower ball joints were in both sides were really rough shape. So we're going to do those. We're going to do those today, or at least we're going to get started on them. I've never done ball joints in a Dodge Magnum before, so it's going to be a learning experience, and you guys are going to come along for the ride. So stick around, let's get to it. All right, so here's what we're looking at. Upper ball joint, which is one piece with the control arm, the upper control arm, and then the lower ball joint, which is down here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's down here. That one needs to be pressed out. But if you look at where this upper control arm mounts and like how you get to those points, well, one of them's right here. It's relatively easy. But the other one, it's like back there somewhere. It's really tight. Really tight. Not looking forward to figuring that one out. Okay guys, next day, not gonna lie, Louise beat me up. She won. We have to coin the phrase here, how fast. Geez, Louise. So to change the upper control arms and the lower ball joints, you have to remove the upper control arms. You have to remove the strut to do that, and there's a nut or a bolt that is, I put all the heat and all the torque I could into it, and I couldn't break it loose. So. And on top of that, when I went to go take a look at the tone ring in the back, I found this. Yes, that's one of the nuts here, as you can see, is the different size than the rest of them. And of course, what size do you think that socket is? You guessed it, one I don't have. So Louise really beat me up yesterday, and I conceded defeat, and I took her to the local mechanic to use some of his big boy tools on, so he can get her safety, so we can get her on the road, because Judy costs a fortune to drive, and the gas prices aren't going down anytime soon. So hopefully we'll have Louise here back early next week, and we can take her for a spin and start using her as a regular driver for the family. So since we don't have any Louise content, which I know is incredibly exciting for you guys, I thought, what are we going to do for Dodgey? It's going to be a couple weeks before his wheel studs get in and we can actually put him on some rolling wheels. I thought we could just keep going on the bodywork, and you know, why don't we finish up that front end piece? We'll sand it down, we'll put some primer on it, maybe we'll paint it black, but definitely we'll put some primer on it and we can see what it looks like all finished up. That'd be nice, don't you think? I think it'd be nice. Let's do that. Wow. It's really nice to see this thing one color. And I know some of you probably don't remember, but this had a huge, like a chunk of it missing in this area here, and it was split in half, like right here in the middle. It looks pretty good. I mean, there are spots on it that need to be touched up, and that's what the primer's for, right? We'll come back and we'll go over it. But I mean, this looks so much better. I'm so happy with the way this turned out. You know, we'll probably have to finish up the rest of the. We will have to finish up the rest of the parts and get them primed, and then we can paint it all at one time. But for now, this is a nice step in the right direction. I told you guys earlier to stick around to the end of the video to check out the trivia so we can see how smart you automobile enthusiasts think you are. So last week's question, and Pavel got it right. Congratulations, Pavel. I'm not surprised you got it right. Was how long does it take a Bugatti Veyron to stop when traveling at its top speed of 253 miles per hour? Your options were A, 15 seconds, B, 12 seconds, C, 8 seconds, or D, 10 seconds. And as Pavel had correctly put it, it was D, 10 seconds. So for this week's How Fast trivia question, so instead of being about supercars, this one we're going to reach back into the past, and I'm going to ask you, when did the first car exceed 100 miles per hour? Your options are A, the year 1900, B, the year 1908, C, 1912, or D, the year 1904. I look forward to hearing you guys' comments and questions. If you want to get in touch with me, give me a howfast10@gmail.com, or you can catch me on Instagram at how__fast. I will catch up with you guys next time, find out how fast we can make this car go.